Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, My So-Called Healthy Life. And I'm in my office because it is pouring down rain outside, and I need to leave and go home, but I'm just like, I don't want to walk out in the rain. Do you ever get like that? I can't stand the rain. Anyway, so I thought, well, we'll read a meditation book. Let me have a sip of my coffee first, please. So I don't have a lot of my meditation books in here because the ones I like, I keep on taking home and reading them at home on camera for y'all. So anyway, the one I do have is Time for Joy, Daily Affirmations. This is probably my least favorite book, honestly. And in fact, I'm not even gonna link it below. I just don't even love it. But all the other ones are great and I love them. So, and I'll tell you why I don't love this is because when you come, you just never know what you're gonna get. I mean, some days it's just like, are you ready? Okay, because I just looked it up to see what it was about. May 19th, it's a quote by Diane Crosby. I love the person that I am becoming. True story when I show you that is all it is. And a big picture of me, it says. I love the person that I am becoming. But I do think that just to take a couple minutes and talk about that and just like kind of look at that and go, okay, so we've been doing meditations now for several weeks. You know, we've been looking at ourselves and looking at being stuck in the pain and looking about how to move on and things like that. And, you know, I did a video yesterday on my main channel called The Power of Your Story. And it was interesting because one of the things I didn't expect to get on there was that I got a lot of people that responded. It was not negative, but they were very, I think, like disheartened, and they were like, I don't know how to like get out of my story, or I don't know how to, you know, like my stories, they said my story's not important, and they said some things like that, you know, which was what I was trying to counter and all of that. You know, and being proud of the person that I'm becoming implies that I'm still on the journey of growing and becoming that person, right? And therefore, my story is part of the journey that I'm on. So if you're stuck in a situation that you can't get out of, you know, you're still in your journey. And, you know, it's like the whole idea of inertia that, you know, something in motion stays in motion and doesn't move into motion until it's moved, right? And so, is that the idea of inertia? But you know what I'm saying? Like if a ball is sitting there, it's not gonna move until somebody rolls it, right? So if you feel stuck in your life, you have to do something to get unstuck. Nobody's gonna come along and unstuck you, right? Unstuck you, get you unstuck. Like you have to do it. If you want to be proud of the person that you're becoming, you have to put one foot in front of the other. Even if it's one just small movement a day, right? Like if you cannot leave your house, I totally understand that, but what's something that you can do in your house that will help you leave your house? You know, like, I don't know, just start like walking around, you know, doing laps around your house, or, you know, doing an exercise tape, or calling somebody that you haven't called. That doesn't mean that you're leaving your house, but it gets you out of yourself a little bit. You know, there's a lot of service work that people can do from sitting in their house. One of the things that I struggle with a lot is when people are super resistant to change, because I used to be like that. I used to be somebody that was like, no, you don't know my life, and you don't know what I've gone through, and you don't know how hard it is, and you don't know how hard my pain is, and you don't know what I go through. So don't you come on here and tell me how to change it, and it's so easy. And the reason I have a really hard time with that is because I used to be that person 100%, right? Until one day I woke up and I realized that about 80% of what was happening to me was my resistance to change, okay? The other 20% was situational. You know, it was physical. I have epilepsy. I'm an addict and alcoholic in recovery. My mother had passed away. Those things I can't change, right? I can't change other people's behaviors. I can't change medical conditions. I can't change things that have happened to me in my life, right? So that's the 20 to 30% that I have absolutely no control over. But the other 70%, I have a lot of control over. I have a lot of control over how I respond to that, how I act, how I choose to be on a daily basis with my mood. And the only thing I've ever tried to do when I come on this channel, on my other channels, is to just make people happy, make people relate, and go, oh my God, you know, maybe I can have that too. But there was many times that I felt very, very stuck, and I could not get on camera. I couldn't have looked in the mirror. I couldn't have even said it out loud. I'm proud of the person that I'm becoming. But today, I am proud of the person that I'm becoming. And what happened was, I started putting one foot in front of the other. There was a time that I went through severe depression, and this was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I hadn't gone to a 12-step meeting in several years. And I hadn't drank or drugged, but I hadn't gone to a meeting. And I was very, very stuck. And I made a list that morning, And my husband was like literally days from leaving because he just was like, I can't do this anymore. I literally would just sit on the front porch on the porch swing and smoke cigarettes one after another. And I made a list, and it was like do laundry, vacuum. I've talked about this on here before. You know, do the crossword, get coffee. It was lame at best. And I just started bawling. I was like, I can't do this. And I called my best friend Tanya and I said, will you take me to a meeting? And she said, absolutely. I've been waiting for 4 years for you to tell me, or 5 years for you to tell me that. And so we went, and you know, I went that night, and then I went the next day. But the phone call, that small phone call that I was terrified of making and asking for help, of asking, please help me, like, please help this change occur in me. The phone call was, it changed the whole thing, okay? It wasn't this huge mindset, this huge soul powering change. It was the phone call. It was that small little thing that I put in my life, picking up the phone and saying, hey, I need some help, and I can't do this on my own. That was the rolling of the ball. That, to the point that it took me 3 to 4 years so that I could get to the point where I could even say, hey, I'm proud of the person that I'm becoming. And today I'm very proud of the person that I'm becoming. And until the day I die, I will be becoming. I will never be there, because I'm always going to be on this journey. So what's the small movement that you need to put in your life that will get things rolling? Is it a phone call? Is it a letter? Is it just stepping outside your house? Is it taking a walk? Is it applying for that job? I mean, how small is it? You know, it's just something small every day that we can do. Is it going to bed an hour earlier? If you need help, reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help you. If I can, I will help. You know, with suggestions. But anyway, I think that that's a lot of it, you know, so that we can finally one day look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of the person that I'm becoming. So I hope you guys related to that, and I will be back tomorrow. I love you, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. Bye-bye.